So who do you think has probably done this? Somebody local, somebody passing through, somebody staying in the resort?
I tend to the view that it would have been somebody who actually lives there, because if people were staying there, most of them have got kids of their own in that particular resort, though it's doubtful that anybody there would have been responsible. So we're left with the idea that it's somebody who lives locally, stays locally, and certainly within a 5-kilometre radius.
Portuguese police have been heavily criticised. What do you think of their investigation, particularly in the early days?
One doesn't want to, criticise these people, but at the same time, logic has it that they should have been a little bit more thorough in the way they went about it. I mean, they have still not done a proper house-to-house inquiry where you start at the centre and you move out, and the chances are that she may well be within a few hundred yards of where she disappeared from. I mean, that's the terrible thing.
Is Madeleine's abductor likely to be showing any odd signs of behaviour that might be picked up by those around him?
I don't think they'd be showing anything a month later. They might have gone away for a while until the dust settles, as it were. But then if it's somebody from this country that has committed the offence, then they're away anyway. They might well be living there or travelling. So I don't think that we would know. But I mean, somebody must know about a relative or friend that's near to them has already offended against children, and if they also know that they've been to Portugal recently or are living in Portugal, then they ought to get in touch with the authorities, because that's very relevant. Because in my view, whoever's done this is in the system already. Because you don't get to this stage, if you like, of offending behaviour unless you've actually been caught before. It's so advanced. Paedophilia you can always put on a sliding scale, and so you'll start at one end with somebody who maybe downloads child porn from the internet and may not actually touch a child, although they're clearly guilty of an offence, but they might not actually touch a child. And then you go through the range of offending behaviour where they might just touch one child and interfere in a certain way or expose themselves, and right through the whole gamut of offending behaviour. And at the other end are predatory killers, people who kill children and sexually abuse them. And by the time they got to that end, they will have been through the system.